Hello everyone, I'm Izoba. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to create or upload the first video of our league race from Bandidos. It's about 6 races I think with the BMW M235i racing. So this is my quali lap, and yeah, let's do a little intro. Missed a few corners already, but that doesn't matter. Stay to the left here so you can carry much speed, or like a lot of speed around this crest. It's important, so you can brake late here, cut the curb as much as you can without cutting as well on the exit, so you can carry as much speed as you can here as well. Go to the left, use every single inch, also the line. Kiss the curb, don't ride it. The same with the exit curb, you can use it a lot, but if you do it too much then it unsettles you. This one, cut the first curb so you can carry much more speed to the right hander, benefiting you the whole straight after. Then here, widening the corner as much, tapping the brake lightly so you set yourself up and like set the car up to rotate. Brake about where the pit entry starts and trail brake. I did it a bit wrong, used the ABS too much, so I could have gotten kind of a better exit, but that was about it. Stay to the left to minimize the meters, or like the distance to the line, and it's a 119.6. Giving us pole position. So the league consists of two races. English isn't my my strongest point. So when I start in pole, the only thing I think about is covering off the second guy in the first corner. So maybe that's his only opportunity, trying to carry as much speed as possible, but actually slightly missing the apex. It was okay. He's not near us. And I can think about my own race. Yeah, giving myself the lead and like pole position gives a lot of confidence for this race. If I don't mess up, I can probably stay ahead. Yeah, going to the left at the last moment, so the persons that don't know or don't use the track there didn't see it on like coming, so they lost time in the first race, I mean like lap. Here maximizing my strengths. I know I'm faster than some of them around here, so using every millimeter. I'm going to switch through these cameras sometimes, as it's a replay file that's uploaded from one of the competitors, I don't remember who. But the latency of the network is also kind of why it kind of looks like the car isn't rotating as much as it should. So skipping onto the next lap, I missed the first apex, and then I have to brake a lot more to not get sent into the grass. That's what I wanted to show, like little mistakes can cost you. Onto the end of the lap you can see the gap I made. Yeah, I'm quite a perfectionist, so I wanted to nail every lap, and every little mistake is instantly in my head. But this was a very lonely race up until this point. I will just skip the laps to save you some time, as these are like 2 20-minute races, and just watching a car go around in circles isn't that nice to see. So on the last lap you can see nowhere is seen in this distance. It's a race on our own, just quali lap after quali lap, and I managed to keep it together. So first race of this league, first race, and I set a Corsa and I bring it home in first. So on to the next race. This is P125, gets a reverse grid order, so I start in P5. This will be much more intense, as I now need to overtake 4 people. But I start on the inside for this corner, so it gives me kind of an advantage. I got off the line quickly and I am instantly ahead of the guy starting in 4th. So on my mind now there's only one thing, and that is overtaking all of these guys, because the first race I built quite a gap, so I was confident that I was quicker, but I need to get through safely and not crash into others. And that's the hard part, right? You can be quicker, but you need to be it's safe and you need to be quicker where it matters, spot their mistakes and make use of it. Like this, easily someone could have been on my inside because I missed the braking point a little. So at this point there isn't really much going on. I'm just trying to learn where the guys in front are quicker and where I can gain. And I see Nova make a mistake, so I try to make him scared, and he actually leaves the space. So my psychology trick kind of worked, even though I wasn't going for the move. Onto the next lap, we're at about the same spot, so I know he's weak. I try to maximize this exit, and you see he misses the apex a little, making it easy for me to catch up on him, going around the outside, giving him a lot of space, maybe way too much, and yeah, he easily keeps the position. But now I know that as well, going around the outside isn't easy in that corner, as I mess up in the next lap, upsetting my line, so I can't quite turn in enough at the first corner, upsetting my car, and then I have to lose a lot of momentum in order to not get sent over the crest. You see loads of guys not using this curb to its full extent, so I can gain a little, giving a little look to the inside like I did earlier, but it doesn't work. This time I was too far. So again, we're quite far behind because of the mistake I made, but I'm already thinking about the final corner, so I set up my car, get as much momentum as I can. And again, this apex is very important. And you see Nova slightly miss it again, so I can catch up a lot. And this time it's not around the outside, but I'm going to the inside, braking a little later than him. And yeah, I stick the move. So that's up to P3. In front of me are Joker and Shokipik. I've seen they both are consistent and they do a good job at defending their lines. Sonoma is a nice track, but it's somewhat hard to overtake. Only like the last corner is basically the only opportunity you can have. Yeah, so setting up yourself in the corner coming up next is key. Then nailing all of them after, so you can keep your momentum. This exit is really what makes or breaks your lap or your overtaking opportunity. Just keeping it tight here, so you can make this corner as wide as possible. You can see the gain on Sucker Peak by it, even so much gain that I have to brake here, and that messes up my head, making me miss the apex that I was strong in the first lap and the second lap. So all of that made me like lose concentration a bit, but he leaves the door open on the exit and I basically get a free pass. So that's up to P2. Now I only need to overtake Joker. But you can see Shoki Peak is not giving up yet. He's trying for every opportunity and I go a little defensive, so he make sure he can't pass as well here, making sure he can't go to the inside. And now carrying as much speed as possible. You see the difference on Joker just by setting up my car before going uphill and using the uphill part to gain more traction and rotation. I can go so much quicker over the same bump. Yeah, waiting for an opportunity. It's always being patient and don't push too hard. As I cut this corner a bit too much, but you see it still gives me loads more speed because the next corner is so much wider. I miss a second, or this apex again. That makes the opportunity to pass zero. If I hit the apex, I would have been alongside him easily. But now he gave me space, so I try anyway, side by side. A very respectful driver, so I try to treat him the same, giving him as much space as possible. But because we were on the outside, he's in front. He takes a defensive line. I try to make use of it, but I had to lift in order to not spin the car as I was on the curb. Here, remember, going to the left, turning in earlier, and I carry so much more speed. Looking to the inside, but then I realize I can't go there. So I actually misshifted because I usually do this in fourth, but because I was like upsetting my line, I went into the wrong gear, and because of the mistake, Shoki Peak could jump me, and I didn't spot him on time, so I muscle memory turned in a bit too early, and yeah, kinda hit him. Luckily nothing happened. Skipping a few laps forward, we're still at the back of Shoki Peak and Joker, basically spotting for an opportunity every time. You can see both of them don't really use the full track. Both of them going wide, but I have to kinda miss his rear, so I couldn't fully go on throttle. There's no real way to overtake here, so there's no point in trying to be side by side because you only lose out yourself. Here again I try to keep my momentum, but that upsets my line. I have to take a much narrower corner, losing my momentum ahead. So braking and staying on line is always more beneficial here. I go side by side, looking for the opportunity, maybe get a better exit, but I don't. Was too cautious, maybe gave too much room. But I'm still in third, so it's Shoki Peak in second and Joker in first. More momentum, this time I won't make the same mistake. I lift a little bit, but didn't expect Shoki Peak to yeet it back and yeah, lose concentration, almost completely miss the corner, turn in much too late, and you see the gap I have again to both of them. Small mistakes can cost you. Lucky for me, they are battling. Joker is driving a very defensive line, so it's easy if you're on your own to catch up, or easier, let's say, than someone who is straight ahead and doing quali laps. Missing the apex a little, but doesn't matter. I get the car rotated, and I'm back at the bumper of Shoki Peak. He makes a little mistake, but it's not enough for me to really do something. Here as well, his exit is basically the same as mine. As I look for an opportunity and I brake too late, there is at this point nothing I can do to avoid him. I hoped he was just not going to turn in, but he did, and I was fully correct for doing that. I braked too late, so now I came onto the track behind Jetsi. So back to fourth, someone else that I need to overtake. I'm trying to get a wider line so I have a better exit. It kind of works. I have more momentum, and I was too focused on his bumper that I forgot about a corner, sent my car into a spin, and lose out on all the places or positions I gained. I'm backed into fifth as I let the car pass because I saw him coming and I didn't want to impede his race. It would be unfair. Yeah, so now on my only thing I have to do is catch him. I know I can't pass them. As a person I just let past crashes as well, so I'm back up to fourth without even trying. At this point I see them there in the distance. They're almost at the final corner and I'm still here, so I know it's probably not gonna happen. There's still 4 minutes left about at this point. As we go to the final lap, final sequence of corners of the last race, I did not make any more mistakes, luckily for me. But you can see and all the time nailing every lap, like pushing as hard as I can. I almost caught up to them. If the race was like 2 or 3 laps extra, I would have maybe gotten an opportunity to pass someone. But consistency is key. You see Joker is in first, Chocopik is second, and Jetsi third. So my fourth. It's nice. First 2 races, first and fourth, giving me some points. This was a very nice race, respectful drivers, and yeah, if I didn't mess up myself, I would have been in a better position. But that happens. I'll upload the next races as well, and you can always find my live streams too of these events. Hope you enjoyed. Mizuba out. Yeet.